What's up?
Where is Trinidad?
I don't know. I thought he was gonna be here, man.
Does anybody know where he is? Motherfucker hiding behind a couch
Where
or
is he?
something? Trinidad, if you're
find
here,
him.
we need to know, because we got to do this thing.
Trinidad, where are you?
Speak now or forever. Hold your where?
Trinidad, show yourself.
Brendan, what the hell are you doing? I'm right here, bro.
Where?
I'm always right here.
Welty, I hear him.
Where
here.
is he?
Guy,
I don't know.
look right in front of you, dude. Virtually, I'm right here. Don't you see
Where
my
is
hair?
here? I hear you in my head. Okay, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help.
You call the cops every time you see a black guy. Wonderful.
Really?
That's a full size. That's a full size. She want every color. That's a full size.
Hello to every single member of the FS Army watching across the world. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm at Welty.
Trinidad James, baby.
And we have with us here today Vic Mensa. He is a rapper. He is a Chicago native. He is bars Blackman. Vic, how you doing?
Yo, what's going on, man? How y'all feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling glad to have you here. We're excited to talk about your sneaker history and all that. The first thing we want to talk about, though, the shoes everyone has on feet. So, Welty, tell me what you're wearing.
Not every shoe has to be hyped or special or anything like that. So just wearing a GR pair of New Balance 990 V5s, navy.
And you sound excited. Trinidad, what do you have on feet?
And I need the FS Army to help me out with this. But this season, I'm only wearing see-through shoes. It doesn't matter what brand, for the most part, but see-through. So
I hate you.
I'm only wearing see-through shoes. So I'm going Nike Air Max 96, the Supreme joints or whatever. You know, the dad socks. The new website is up and it's ready. dadsocks.shop. You know what I'm saying? We got all the new flavors out. So now I want to make sure people see my socks. You know, black on, baby.
Shout out Kyle, right?
Kyle, the knitter.
Vic, what do you got on
Smiling,
feet?
Kyle.
Man, I got these PMR sculpts, man. Joints from I think last year or something. Black and yellow.
Shout out to Kirby. Absolutely.
Black on. Shout out to Kirby.
Vic, that's a shoe that you like, that you've worn multiple times, but what's your most regrettable sneaker purchase of all time?
Sheesh. Regrettable sneaker purchase. What's some? I don't think I ever bought some Supras. That would have been regrettable.
The Supers didn't age that well, right?
They did not age well.
Supras and Creative Rex, they didn't age well. But you know what might be my most regrettable sneaker purchase? I think it was some Air Force 2s, man.
Yeah.
The Air Force
There it
2s.
is.
Most often they just didn't. They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't go.
Yeah.
It's no way you can get it on. Unless you're Jermaine Dupri or Nelly, I don't want to talk to you.
Or if they're the sneaker ones.
Shout out to Espo.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get no Fusions though. I didn't get no Jordan Fusions. The Spizikes I did, but I don't regret them. The Spizikes.
How did Chicago natives feel about Fusions when that was like popping?
Well, the hood was always loving Fusions. Being that Chicago has like a deep sneaker culture, I mean Jordan, the Bulls, whatever, but
Of course.
even, you know, in modern eras, it's like Vic Lloyd and Leaders and,
Of course.
Yep.
you know, Fresh Goods and
Shout out
all
to
of
Joe.
them. There's a deep sneaker culture in Chicago. So, yeah, you would get ridiculed for some
Okay.
Fusions.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I just had to
Six
ask that.
rings.
I had to
Like
ask
I had lines about how I would never wear 6 rings
Yes.
in high school.
Love that. That's an important
Distinction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I got on the SNS Nike Air Tailwind 4. You check the number on the back. No Reeboks this time around.
They didn't cut the check?
They did. We already took care of all
moved on
that.
in life?
We've already took care of all that, man. And I got the dad socks on, of course.
You got his socks right.
People were
guys.
upset about the socks
Okay.
last week, so the socks have upgraded. Guys, let's talk sneaker news. The first piece of sneaker news we want to discuss is this latest leak of the Travis Scott X Nike Air Max 1. I appreciate the pocket knife type ACG inspiration on these, but I don't think this is the sharpest knife in the shed. Vic, do you like Travis Scott's Nike work?
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Whatever floats your boat. It may not be for me personally. I'm sure somebody somewhere, you know.
That sounds like a
Could
no.
do something with
It
that.
seems like you've moved. It seems like you're not that into like the hype sneaker stuff happening right now.
I definitely don't get caught up in like in the hype stuff just because I'm like I feel quite a few years removed from that. Like that was my
You had that era, right?
Passion.
Yeah.
Every sneaker drop and trade-in sneakers. And, what we used to do in the hallways was like, oh, you got the Jordan 5 2000 black joints with the clear sole. And I got the some Pee Wee Herman milk crates. Well, these ain't as good as those, but I'm going to force you to trade me up. You know what I mean? It was like...
You were putting pressure on him, Vic?
We was applying pressure. You know what I mean? I got those black 5s was my favorite shoe ever, and I definitely got them as a result of bullying. You know what I'm saying?
We don't condone bullying unless it's for sneakers.
Now I just like to wear shit that I like. You know what I mean?
I always hate when they give you a bad angle of a shoe first. Looking at the shoe right now, I can't see the drip.
I don't think there's a good angle on this shoe.
I'm kind of with him. It looks like a gingerbread man on the upper. Can you see it on your phone, Vic?
I can see it.
There you go.
Deep sigh.
Like the Air Max 1 is one of my favorite sneakers of all time. And like Travis has done some good sneaker collaborations, even though they may not be for me.
Yeah.
How do you fuck up the Air Max 1, man? Like, and you did it.
Do you actually truly think that he fucked it up, or you need to actually see it on foot? Think about this. Think about this now, Welty. Look at Brendan's socks that he has on. They happen to be my socks.
Look.
If I got that shoe on, you know me, I'm gonna put on a fit. And I got my socks on.
I'm not talking about the fit. I'm not talking about the fit. I'm just talking about the shoe.
No, the shoe could be a drip.
The shoe,
No,
it looks clunky.
You don't like that strap.
You don't need a reverse swoosh on it. The swoosh has like a weird texture. The panels are like too much. It's like, it takes everything that I love out of Air Max 1s and just sucks the joy right out of the shoe. We've spent enough time talking about this shoe. Next bit of sneaker news, something that maybe I think that Trinidad could get hyped on. Vic, I want to see if you're hyped that Adidas is bringing back the Jeremy Scott collaboration. The partnership is back.
Vic, how do you feel about it? I'll let you talk about it first, sir.
I mean, I support that. You know what I mean? I feel like the Adidas Jeremy Scott had some interesting moments playing with silhouettes, kind of making sculpture out of shoes. I thought that was dope, man. You know what I mean? They got played as things do, but I feel like it's been some time they could do some new, fresh shit.
I feel like you have to be a certain type of person to wear this. I can't pull this off, but Trinidad, you can do this.
All right, so Trinidad has entered the chat now. Okay, so
you have the floor.
When it comes to Jeremy Scott, this shoe is for everybody, but at the same time, when it first came out, it was for that eclectic person. It was for that person like myself, you know what I'm saying, like the A$AP Rockies. Like when Rocky first jumped on the scene, this was the shoe that he was rocking. You know, he had the American flag, the straight wing back joints, you know what I'm saying? I want to say that the way that kids think now, and they're so progressive, they could either be like, this is doing too much for us. We good on this. We'd rather go Rick Owens. Or they could see the amazingness in it, and it's going to be cheaper than Rick Owens. So we'll see how it goes. Coming back around. Vic, I want to get into your personal sneaker history, my brother. I would love to ask you, what is your first sneaker memory that matters to you as a young and growing up in Chicago?
When I was a little kid, my pop's African and my mom's is from like upstate New York. My sneaker game was down bad when I was a little kid. You know what I mean?
How bad?
I mean, everything was coming from Payless.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just real dusty Adidas Sambas. I play soccer. You know what I mean? So, I think I might have got my first pair of ones in like 6th grade, white with some snakeskin ones. But I think maybe my first sneaker memory, it was like my 8th grade luncheon. I had got an Artful Dodger jacket.
Yes.
You remember Artful Dodger?
Streetwear? Okay, streetwear. Let's go.
1X, 2X. I was probably about 5'5", 110 pounds. I finessed my little sister because she was like enterprising. She had a piggy bank, that was full of money. So I finessed her.
Put the pressure on.
I put the pressure on her to lend me $250 from her piggy bank to go to Foot Locker to get those white. It was everything that was in the piggy bank. She was really saving. So I could go on Saturday to Foot Locker to get the white with the blue and red Spizikes, man, to complete my luncheon fit.
And you were like fucking with like Lupe and Neighborhood back in that era too, right?
100%. I mean, I couldn't afford it yet. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, that was the beginning of what inspired me in terms of fashion. But I remember Lupe did those Band-Aid Chucks. Shout out to Romanelli. You know what I mean? Really one of the GOATs. You know, I didn't know what he was talking about yet when he was talking about Maharishi and
Maharishi. I knew you was about to say that, dog. I think about it all the time. Like, this man been saying the word Maharishi.
Futura Nosferatu's like, what is that?
HTM trainers.
Yeah.
Vic, also
Lupe was on some.
You grew up skateboarding. I know you had said that the Zoo York mixtapes were a big part of your life. Same thing for me. It was awesome when they had like the Stretch and Bobbito, like Method Man and Ghostface, like rapping the freestyles on all that. When you were skating growing up, like what sneakers were you wearing and how did that influence like your sneaker choices?
First, I was wearing real big DCs.
Yeah, you gotta have a puffy pair of DCs.
I definitely started wearing Vans. But once Nike SBs came out, around the time I was in probably 6th grade or something like that, they had the P-Rods and they had the 360 or something. It was like a Nike SB shoe.
Zoom Tray.
Zoom Tray.
There we go. Tray flips in the Zoom Tray.
That was the best skate shoe of all time to me.
Were you skating SB Dunks?
A lot of the joints that I had back in the day, like De La Souls and MF Dooms and...
Rest in peace.
At first I didn't skate them, you know, but then once I kind of got over the hype thing, I was like, I'm skating all these. I'm skating all these Reese Forbes, you know what I mean?
Vic, I feel like an interesting thing with you too is like, it seems like you were kind of involved with some sneaker brands at a young age. I mean, I know you were on the Nike Win City mixtape back in 2011. John Wexler once told us about like sneaking you into Lollapalooza when you were a teenager. Like, were you getting plugs from these sneaker brands when you were kind of on their radar really early as a young rapper in the city?
Word, I definitely was, man. I had some plugs with Nike. They did that. Then Wexler, you know what I mean, was showing us a lot of love.
And do a bunch of free sneakers come with that?
For sure. Most of them still in my mama's basement. But you know who was really in Chicago, man, who was really the original plugs, though, was Leaders. You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
Vic Lloyd, Joe Freshgoods, Rello. They gave us the whole blueprint to getting fresh. They had the space, you know, where we would go and we would just kick it and just loiter. Some of the guys would work in the store. Even if you didn't work in the store, you've definitely folded some T-shirts in that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they would get, you know, different like exclusive releases because we was real anti-GR.
Not every shoe has to be hyped or special.
Can't wear GRs, give those to baby mamas.
Okay.
We ain't had no baby mamas yet, but like I was definitely anti-GR. They were doing collabs too, you know what I mean? I remember they had these crazy silver Hirachis. Then they had like some ill Reebok collabs before Kirby started messing with Reebok.
The Reebok had like the L train on the bottom.
The L train, I still got those at the crib because those were the only Reeboks I ever could connect to before the Pierre Moss joints. We did our first release parties in Leaders, and it's like, you know, they were selling APCs to earlier on, like that Artful Dodger type, you know, stuff. I was getting there to the Stussy, to the hundreds, and streetwear, like height of streetwear. That was like,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was ground zero.
The bomb like the hundreds, isn't that what you said?
Word, I probably did. I did say that. That's crazy.
You did say that.
So, Vic, I want to ask you, man, you know, I think that your perspective, Vic, when it comes to how much Ye and Virgil impacted the Chicago, like, can you explain that, like that impact that their sneakers have on Chicago?
To think about it through a Chicago lens, you got to rewind, man. You got to rewind. I rewind to like 2008. People really started to dress like Kanye around graduation with the shutter shades because they were so accessible. You could get them at the gas station. Now, before that, obviously, Kanye had already been getting fresh and he was killing with the polo. But then around the time, Ye was clicking with Pharrell and he was doing those first Yeezys. The first Yeezys, I mean, that was highly influential. And I was a kid at that time. I was probably 15. I was spending a lot of money on shoes, you know what I'm saying? But them first Yeezys, they seemed unrealistic even for me because I'm like...
put the pressure on?
I'm trapping eighths and ounces and, you know what I mean?
Some of that Z&H Deli money.
Z&H Deli money. It took me a whole summer to stack, you know, probably $2,000, $2,500 at that point in time. I would be seeing guys that I looked up to had the Yeezys or, got their hands on the Marty McFlys and shit like that. Obviously, things progressed much further than that with Yeezy and then Virgil with Louis and Off-White.
And you kind of were in the Yeezy orbit too, I feel like, around the Life of Pablo time. Did you see a lot of those Adidas Yeezy things super early since you were kind of behind the scenes?
I was definitely in there with him a lot in the studio while he would be crafting them and, putting together the fashion shows. And I was skating those too. Those first Yeezys were actually really good to skate too. Those high top joints that were like...
You were skating in a 750?
Yeah, they had like a good like nubuck type suede. They were ill to skate too.
They didn't get torched? Like they didn't just get straight ripped up, no?
They definitely did, but it was like he kept releasing new colorways and shit. You know what I mean?
2018, there was the whole bait truck situation in Chicago where, they were setting up trucks full of desirable sneakers to try and get the youth in the city to take them and then arrest them for a situation that the cops had set up. I know that you had, a big reaction to that. Do you just want to talk about that?
It was funky, to say the least, because in the midst of that summer, it was very hot. There was a lot of shooting going on. The police escorted this truck through Inglewood, which is the trenches. They left it unlocked, filled with Air Force Ones and Louboutin sneakers.
That is so racist on so many levels. Like, there's so many levels of insidious racism to this shit.
It's low-key funny too, though.
It's insane.
Oh, it's definitely hilarious, but it sucks.
Who actually hit me and came with the concept with me was my homie Anwar Hadid. And so what we ended up doing, we put out an Amazon wish list online, and with the help of Sean King, we just got it blasted around globally. So we had people from Brazil and South Africa and Spain and England, New Mexico, all across the globe, buying a pair of shoes and sending them to us. And so within 10 days, we had 15,000 to 20,000 pairs of shoes, and Don C gave us some, and Nikes and Adidas, etc. Reebok as well. All gave us like some KDs, just all different types, just Under Armour shoes. We went to a parking lot in the same hood where it went down, and we gave away, 15,000 pairs of shoes. And it was like, it was so ill on so many levels. There's a photograph of me giving one kid a pair of shoes, and he was one of the kids that was actually at the little basketball court where they was trying to catch the kids stealing. What we experience in the hood is that you get told from day one, you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit, don't nobody care about you. Something like that bait truck reinforces that, you know what I'm saying? It's like you are an animal to be ensnared, you know what I mean? And so what I aspire to doing, what we were doing with that was being like, no, like we value you, we care about you. And coming from a place where sneakers to me, as a kid, that was pretty much my highest form of currency. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sneakers and weed. You know what I mean? To be able to bring it full circle like that and use sneakers as like an act of love and support and even resistance, that was dope. That was just a dope experience, you know what I mean?
A few years later, Vic, you were doing a charity, and a lot of the shoes that you were saving for the charity got stole while you were out of the country. What
did me bogus.
If you don't mind me asking, what went down there? What went down with that?
Things that happen in the hood, when you operate in the hood, sometimes it's inescapable. You know what I mean? And people broke in, and we have many reasons to believe it was like an insider job because it was just a lot of stuff in a short window of time.
Somebody knew something.
We had a bunch of like white ones, lows, which have gone into scarcity in the streets.
Right. Yeah, you know people are buying up and reselling white on white ones.
I had to look at it. I was in Ghana at the time, and I just had to look at it from the mind frame of, all right, look, we're gonna come back. We're gonna get up with whoever it was, get to the bottom of it. But at the end of the day, it's like sometimes you gotta just take your L, keep moving, and be like, one door closes for another door to open. And so we have been planning for a while, since before the pandemic really kicked, to do another bait truck event, you know what I'm saying, with Lena Waithe on the west side of Chicago at the United Center. You know what I'm saying?
FSR alumni.
So, I'd love to holler at y'all too, man, see about getting y'all involved, because I just talked to Lena about 2 days ago, and we about to kick it back kick it back into gear. Maybe try to put it around Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
We'll
And
be there.
Okay.
see if just in
Keep me
that
in the loop.
tradition of like, word up, I will.
Now, Vic, I want to ask you too about the sneakers you've worked on. I know you had the shoes with Wolverine, but wasn't there also like a Puma shoe that you were supposed to do that never came out? What happened there?
Yeah, I had a Puma deal when I was a kid, man, like 19 or 20 or something.
This dude was
And-
on the Nike mixtape. John Wexler was putting him on with Adidas, and he had the Puma deal. Vanessa in that piggy bank.
I don't really remember where that went. I was like just drawing on them, custom myself. It's been a few shoes that I've like messed around with making. The illest one in my mind was like, we had a Converse that we were doing. Me and my man had a clothing line that was like these one-on-one like punk rock jackets a couple years ago. And we did these Converse that were all covered in patches. Then we did another one that was like a ripped up poster wall. So it was like all applied with wheat paste. You know what I mean? Like, so they're hardened all over the sneaker. I still have yet to really, really drop a shoe for real. You know what I'm saying?
In a perfect world, what is the perfect Vic Mensa shoe? If you could like, you know, like collab, like official.
It's probably a Nike SB or a Jordan 1.
What if they tell you could do a Jordan, but it has to be a Force Fusion? Can you make the Fusions hot, Vic? Can you make the Fusions hot, Vic, for the city?
Yo.
For the South Side?
Yeah, that's mad. Wow. You know what I would do? Do they have a Fusion 5 and 6?
There's a Fusion 5 for
with
sure.
it, because you know our gang structure in Chicago is the 5 and the 6. Like, what if we fused the 5 and the 6 through a Jordan? No, hell no, I can't make no Jordan Fusion, dog.
Do you remember? I think the most egregious one was there was a Jordan 5 Fusion that had like a Bermuda short print on it.
Yeah, I remember that
I
one.
don't know if you guys remember those, but that was about as wild as it got.
Lose those in the Bermuda Triangle. Hey, Vic, every single week here on the show, we punish someone in the worst take section for something terrible they did or said. Last week, as decided by the YouTube commenters, we make them switch out their shoes for something awful. This week, it is me. They were upset by my sock choice.
I was gonna say, why don't you have on socks? But you do.
Don't worry, I have socks. Those were S&S socks, so I stand by that. But this week, I have the dad socks on, so nobody can get mad at me for that.
Also,
so I have to take off my sneakers.
Don't throw your shoes in the middle of the floor again.
Okay, excuse me. I have to gently take off my sneakers. Respect the house rules as you toss over these. This is like a bootleg looking.
What is that?
Jordan 1.
It kind of has like the fake
Saint Laurent
has
type
like
of
the
thing.
fake off-white. Vic, we've been talking a lot about your sneaker history and you buying a lot of shoes, but have you ever resold sneakers?
You know, hell yeah, man. I mean, that was the whole thing in high school. Was like we was trading them all. You know what I mean? That was the whole economy. Was like you would have something, get over it, trade it, sell it,
beat it up.
More recently, I sold a bunch of like clothes and shoes. I sold some shit I wish I wouldn't have sold. I sold like some ill Rick boots with like the clear sole. By the time it was done, I had $5,000 to show for it. I'm like, I'm sure I spent a solid, 20 plus grand or something.
Yeah. That's 2 pieces.
I'm like,
5,000.
I'm not doing this no more, fam.
I hope I'm not.
Just hold on to it.
All right.
So,
Word.
Vic, my brother, we also do a segment on this show. It's called Drip,
Those
Flip, or
things are-
Skip. Drip meaning
Like
it looks
Union
good.
One?
Flip meaning that is you resell it, and skip meaning that you don't rock with it at all. The first shoe in Drip, Flip, or Skip is going to be Red times Adidas NMD. Basically the human race type vibes, the orange joints that have been moving around. Vic,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with you.
I'm gonna flip that.
Okay.
Even if Pharrell sends it to you?
If P sends it to me, I'm a drip it for sure. I couldn't tell if it was the P joint.
Super.
Is it the human race joint?
Yeah, it's the Pharrells.
We don't want to offend Pharrell.
Brendan Dunne, while you put on your shoes, bro.
I'm trying. Vic, these look like internet tape track 2, am I right?
You got real close.
Orange soda, baby.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, them joints. Yeah, they do.
I can't see a situation in which I'm going to wear this shoe, so it's a skip for me.
We also weren't cool enough to be part of that whole influencer platform.
Welty's mad he didn't get a free
No,
pair.
I don't want the shoes either, so it's a skip anyways.
I've never got a pair of free shoes from Pharrell, and I love Pharrell. I think he loves me too. This is a flip though. I mean, if P sends it to me, I mean, I feel like I could drip any shoe on earth. even if it came from Payless.
Jordan,
That's just the
you
compliment.
can drip Jordan Fusions?
Yeah, I had Jordan Fusions to keep it a buck. If we're going to keep it a stack,
That's all we're going to
James
do.
had Jordan Fusions. Moving forward, next shoe is going to be the Nike Women's Air Max Furiosa. This is a new style right here.
I gotta skip that, man.
Okay.
Yeah, this it looks like the Homer car from The Simpsons. It has 2 Air Max bubbles. It has the midsole is split. There's a crack between it. You could put like a square in there and have someone swipe their credit card on a food truck.
You can fit a pair of chopsticks in there.
Yeah, it's a skip.
Sick.
You know what? I do like a shoe that's based on a pun. You know, Air Rividerce and things like that. But until I see Charlize Theron wearing these, this is a skip.
Okay, so I'm going to go against you guys today, and I'm going to call this a drip.
Why?
Because
Why?
What? You like this shoe?
my reasoning behind the drip is that I like the first of its kind. I like when the shoe comes for the first time.
I'm really big on supporting certain things or people when they drop their first one.
I just like to have the first of something because it's going to get better. This might not be the best version of this, but I like to have the prototype.
I hope they get better.
I mean, it has no purpose in life, you know?
But we can't keep wearing Air Max 1s forever, dog. Like we can't. We can't.
I mean, you
wear
could.
Air Force 1s.
You could.
I like Teslas. You know what I'm saying? And I want to know what the next Tesla. To me, I look at shoes like this, like a Tesla.
But Trinidad, I realized that all episode that your glasses kind of remind me of the Tesla tequila bottle.
It is a Tesla. It's Tesla shades. Elon sent it to me in the mail. Moving forward, shoes, guys. We have the Concept Style Asics Gel, the Otoro. I want to say a sushi base. Talk to me, Vic. I see that Chicago smirk on your face. Talk to me.
I'm gonna drip those, man, 100%. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have remembered getting some Asics out of A-Life in New York when I was
Maybe
in
the
high
Monster
school.
Pack ones.
Yeah, it was something I got
Big
from the
eyeball
Rivington
on 'em.
Club, man. Word, yeah.
The eyeball.
Word.
Yeah, the green joints. The green ones with the eyeball.
These are a drip. Love the people at Concepts. It's always good when Gel Light 3s are good. If you want to see me wear these, go watch the last episode of the Complex Sneakers podcast. I already got a pair.
I had to flex on them. Yeah, I like the sneaker. I'm more of a caviar guy when it comes to the Gel Light 3s, but these are clean. It's a drip.
I love this colorway. Concept, you already know. I love. It's a girl over there at Concept that she looks out for me a lot now. I love her. This colorway is really nice to me. It goes with the dad socks. I'm all about it. Drip. Vic, my brother, we also do outfits on this segment, and I don't think that is any better outfits to do in the world than goddamn Vic Mensa outfits. Outfit number 1. Talk to me.
Oh, wow. A very young
This is when you
Mensa
get a chance to
outfit,
rap her his
man.
swag, right? This is when you get a chance to rap her his swag.
I'm trying to remember what's going on in this outfit. This is a scary segment for me right now.
Talk about it.
The homie Stretch, man. Stretch, who used to work at Leaders. He made these jeans. He still does make denim. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's filled with the zippers all over them. I don't know what the fuck else was going on there, but I do know this is when I had that Puma deal and I had to wear Pumas in every performance. That's a skip.
Yeah, I saw this. It kind of looks like you were, trying to be an NERD in like 2003. Maybe trying to.
That's probably what was going on.
Maybe trying to replace Kenna in Star Trek. It's a skip.
Brendan Dunne?
You know what?
I was like, what is he going to say?
I'm going to call it a drip because this guy was getting Puma money before the whole entire rap game was getting Puma money, and I have to respect that.
This is a drip for me, too, because now that I know the background of everything that he had going on at the same time.
Background?
This is amazing. What are we talking about? This is like before Wolves, before Ye, before life itself. Like, this is amazing. What are we talking about here? Outfit number 2. All right.
I said that's a calm drip. It's a calm drip.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell you a story about this shit, man. I was at a weed weed dinner.
How high did you get?
So I'm like, that's
Look
the
at his
story,
face.
my nigga. Like,
Look at his face.
Cause I'm looking at the couch where I spent the next 3 days, man. I'm in the, and I asked the man who's cooking with the weed, oil, cannabis, whatever. The wine was infused, like the bread was infused, all the sides. You know what I'm saying?
They got cannabis
Were
in your
also
water.
Infused. You feel me? The table was covered in blunts, joints, bowls. I'm really kicking and having a good time through the dinner. And then the dinner starts to come to an end. Intensity, you know, it gets real severe, real serious, to the point where I got up and I'm like, you know, dapping up the people that were doing it with me. One of them was like a state senator. And so that's when I realized I was really fucking high. It was when I was like, hey, man. I was like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It was great to meet you. Great to speak with you, man. Here, take my number down, man. He's like, all right, what is it? I'm like, I was like, God damn. I was like, God damn, I done forgot my phone number. That's when I knew I was dangerously high, and I ain't gonna lie, that was probably Monday. I don't think I really recovered till a solid Thursday. I'm gonna give it a flip. Because that's probably something I'll probably sell. You know what I'm saying?
Vic, wearing the Grateful Dead dunks, do you feel like you had to be a Grateful Dead fan, or where do you stand on that kind of like spectrum of like you got to know the person to wear the thing? You know what I mean?
Tell me 3 songs.
No. I'm not subscribing to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not even hitting kids with you wearing the T-shirt. You know, tell me your favorite album by Metallica.
I'm with Vic on this in terms of the flip, though. We can get a lot of money out of those shoes, and they're still a little bit difficult for me to wear with the furriness and all that. So
I'd say it's more like a rip from the bong. The best part about the dinner, Vic, is that you could have taken your to-go plate and stuffed it in the stash pocket in the tongue.
It's got a stash pocket? I didn't even know that.
He was too high.
Because I got high.
Oh, this is a flip for me. I'm more used to him wearing like boots and just, you know, Pyre Moss, different, not fucking Grateful Dead. Last but not least.
What you're wearing today?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll give that a drip. I was in Ghana, man, at the Independence Square. Yeah, doing a music video out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the place that commemorates Ghana being the first nation in Africa to achieve independence. And I got the horse on my fit too. The horse is a part of the fit, so I'm gonna give it a drip.
Yeah. I mean, this is huge. Tony Soprano's vibe. I feel like you just need to get a painting of yourself on the horse and just hang the picture on your wall. Yeah, it's a drip.
I like these shoes, and I'm excited to see what Kirby's gonna do at Reebok. So I'm gonna call this one a drip.
Oh, man, I see a black man on a horse. I'm just going to say drip. That's how simple it is for me. I'm not going to make this difficult.
Vic, before we get out of here for the day, we want to breach to the comment section and see what people have been saying about us on YouTube, which is always a fun time. We have one from a random channel saying, country going into another wave of lockdown and we all be here so mentally drained. Honestly, season 10 coming back at this time is the best thing ever to perk my mood up every Friday. Love from Malaysia. We love all the people in Malaysia. Ricola says, best show on YouTube, not just for the sneaks, simply for the vibes. No,
we're vibing.
Just vibes. Julio Valesco says, FSR is the Leonardo DiCaprio of sneaker YouTube. Goats keep getting robbed with no awards or recognition. We appreciate that recognition, Julio. We appreciate you watching.
Subscribe.
This has been another episode of Full Size Run. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm Matt Welty.
I'm Leo DiCaprio.
It's your boy Vic Mensa. I wish I had. I might got. Oh yeah, you know I got the '93 boys.
Hey,
Flower Company coming very soon. You know what I'm saying? In the streets of Chicago right now, but coming to a dispensary in Illinois near you very soon.
Love that.
Man.
Need it.
Weed it.
I got you, 100%. Send me an address.
She want every color, that's a full size. Buy a 6 for my kids, bought a 7 for my chick.
Listen, the episode is finished, but we're actually not finished here. I need you to subscribe.
Please subscribe. Get us to 500,000. Get us to 1 million. Get us to a bajillion.
Guys, this is season 10. If you've been with us with this journey for the last umpteen years, we need more subscribers. We deserve more subscribers, and you will get us more subscribers. Handle that.
Don't forget, Soul Collector app. Download that. Best price comparison tool out there.
Do it.
Now.